Hey guys, welcome back to Day with Jess. I'm Jess. And that clip you saw before this video started, that was my son's nose, my 5-year-old. Yes. So today's video is going to be about how much and why I hate Legos. And I mean, I hate them with a passion. Like, you don't even understand. And if you're a mommy or you're a daddy who loves them, kudos to you. But dang it, I hate them. Like, I hate them so much. So that ordeal you saw right there, I'll walk you guys through it. Yeah, I needed a morning coffee. Anywho, so this past weekend, we were hanging out at home, Saturday. My husband actually had taken off because he went to go buy a bike, because the following day we were going to go bike riding. So he bought this really cool bike with that attachment. Not the point. But anyway, I was alone at home. And my son plays Legos. Okay, fine. I don't like them, but my husband loves them. I mean, yeah. He really likes building, and he goes on YouTube and finds about, if my son asks him, I want a truck, he'll go on YouTube and then he'll be like, how to build a Lego truck, and then bam, they're step by step how they're putting all the little pieces. Yes, so my husband does that for him. I mean, great bonding time, father, son, whatever. My husband's still a child on the inside, so I think that has a lot to do with it. But anyway, this past Saturday, my boy, he's under the table, on the kitchen table, and he is in the dining room, and he tends to do that from time to time. He goes under the table, and I don't know, because it's dark, and he has a little, that's like his fort or something, but he's down there, and he's playing with Legos, and so I was like, okay, well, he usually just plays, and then gets out, and then goes and does something else. I was in the kitchen. And then when all of a sudden I hear like this sobbing, like uncontrollable sobbing. I was like, what the hell? Like, what's going on? I'm trying to look for my daughter, and my daughter's off doing something else. And so she's playing with some other toys. And I find him under the table, and he's freaking out. Like, he's really freaking out. And I'm like, what's the matter? And he had mucus coming out his nose, and it looked bloody. And I'm like, what did you do? Like, what did you do to yourself? And then, I don't know if you guys ever buy, I don't know, tostadas. Tostadas. Okay. If you don't, well, Google tostadas so you know what that is. Anyway, so that little wire that kind of looks like a string, but with like a wire, and they twist it to like hold the tostada bag together. Well, he was shoving that up his nose, like up there. And I was like, so what I thought is like, why are you shoving this wire thingy up your nose? Why? Anyway. And so he's freaking out. I'm trying to calm him down. I was like, it's okay. Let's blow your nose. It's going to go away. And then he's like, did you get the Lego out? What do you mean? And then he's like, the Lego, and he's panicking, and he's like, the Lego. And I was like, what Lego? He's like, in my nose. And I was like, where? What shape was it? What color? And then he's like, oh, it was blue. And I was like, oh God. And so I told him, where were you? Like, I wanted you to go to the section wherever he was sitting at. I'm like, maybe you blew it out. So I was like blowing, and I was crawling all over the carpet, and it wasn't in the damn in the carpet. It wasn't there. And so then he's still panicking out of control, and so my daughter is already starting to pick up like there's something going on. So she's behind my tail, and I'm behind his tail, and I'm texting my husband, where are you? And he's like, oh, I'm coming home. And that guy takes forever. So I'm like, where the hell are you? And then it turns out there was an accident, like on the freeway. And so they had to close the freeway down. So he had to go around. And so once he went around, he lagged it to come home. Anyway, so I tell my son, like, tried to press like one side of the nostril, and I'm having blow and blow, and it's not working. And so I'm thinking maybe he did take it out and he didn't notice. But I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna let you down on the couch, and I need you to look up. And then that's when I was trying to get a better picture at it. So with my flash of my phone, I was trying to get in there and trying to see like if they're because I couldn't see like his little nostrils, and then they kept flaring and coming down, flaring, and so I couldn't see. And so with the camera, we were actually able to capture a rim of where you guys can see in the clip that of the white, and I was like, fuck my life. This guy has this shit stuck up there. And now he's gonna have to go to the ER. And so I have to break the news to the guy, like, hey buddy, you got a Lego up your nose, and we gotta take you to the emergency. We gotta go to the hospital. And he's like, no, you take it out. And I tried. I actually tried. Like, I found some tweezers, and I was like, maybe I could get it with the tweezers. But those tweezers, they're like a fucking Dollar Tree. So they're not soft, or like they were sharp. And I was scared that if he moved and I put those tweezers in there, that I was gonna hurt his nose. So I was like, I ain't even gonna wing it. Like, no, I try not to resort going to the hospital like no, like I just don't want to take him, it's an ordeal. And the waiting time, and I was just like, no, like I can't do this. Like, and so I tell him, and the time that I'm waiting for my husband, to come home, because I needed to take this guy, and I wasn't gonna take my daughter, so I had to wait for him so he could stay with her, and I could go with him. And he ends up, my son, I put him his iPad. I was like, hey, you know what? Like, calm down. We're gonna wait for your dad, and then we're gonna go. And he had been doing like this gagging noises, so I told him not to gag. Like, my son has this thing that when he panics or he's scared, like he vomits, like and he had just ate a hot dog. So yeah, that hot dog came right out. It was all over the carpet, himself, the table. And my daughter wants to poke it, and I'm just like, no. So yeah, so that happened. And so then I carried my son to the restroom, and I told him to strip off his clothes because I needed to change him, and I needed to get my daughter to go do something so that I could go and get him clothes and whatever. By then, my husband came home, and then he's just like, what's going on? So it's just like, this guy shoved the Lego up his nose. Why? And I don't know. And so then my husband tries to see, and then also with the camera. And so then he's like, maybe you really don't have a Lego. Maybe you're crazy. And then my son's like, I'm not crazy. Like, he's like, I'm not crazy. It's in there. He's crying and crying and crying. So I get him to calm down. I'm like, you know what? At the hospital, the doctor's going to help you. You're going to be okay. Okay, so he goes, we go. And driving to the hospital, he's asking, what are they going to do to me? How are they going to do it? And I'll just tell him, like, hey, I don't know. I've never shoved the Lego up my nose, so I have no idea how they do this kind of things. But no matter what, my anger inside, like, why would you do such a thing? But how to keep composure, how to keep calm, because he was freaking out, and he freaks out, I freak out, and it's just gonna be chaos. So I just told him, it's gonna be okay. They will help you. They will get it out. Right? We'll ask them. So he's like, I asked the doctor. And then I was like, yes, you'll get to ask the doctor. So we got there. We went to St. Vincent Hospital here in, I guess you could say, it's still part of Portland, but not like downtown Portland. It's more like on this side of the hood. Anyway, I took them there, and they were, that's the only hospital I go to. One, it's close to my house. And two, that's where I got that's when I went to the ER when I had my shoulder issue. And then that's where I got treated for like 2 months. So they treated me fairly well. So I was hoping that they do the same for pediatrics. So yeah, I checked him in. He got the little van and went straight into pediatrics. And we literally stood in the lobby for like 5 minutes. And then they came and got him. So we went inside. So he starts asking the nurse, like, so how are you going to do it? And then he's like, well, what happened? And then he's like, I put a Lego in my nose. And he's like, oh, why would you do that? And he couldn't respond. He just didn't know. Like, he wasn't thinking. That's what happened. But anyway, once the doctor seen him, the first thing we tried was they laid him down. And then the doctor hold one side of his nostril. And then what they were trying was that for me to blow into his mouth. And so with the pressure, it could come back out. And we tried that and it failed. So that was out of the question. And in my mind, I was already thinking, oh, Jesus, like if they're not going to be able to take it out, they're going to have to do an x-ray to see where exactly is it located. They might make him go to sleep so they could do something if he doesn't let himself, because my son is not one to let you touch him for anything. Like he's the kind of kid who, if he sees a door, he's going to run. So, but surprisingly, he was very cooperative. Thankfully. I mean, he did this to himself. He should cooperate, but gotta remember that he's 5. He's only 5. And this is very traumatic for him as it is. I don't want to make it any worse. So I ended up laying him back down, and then he called it a catheter. The doctor called it a catheter. So it was mainly what it was. It was like something very thin. Like I had like a little tiny tube, like really, really thin. Like I want to say thin. And it came with a syringe attached to it. And I don't know if that the tip of that little tube, it blows like a bubble, because he's like, oh, because I heard him say, do we have that syringe with the bubble? So I was like, what bubble? But anyway, so they laid him down and they actually put that syringe, like the little tube, up his nose. And obviously I had to hold him down because he was freaking, because I mean, having something shoved up your nose, you're feeling something, and it's kind of, I don't know if it hurt or not, but he was gonna be freaking out. So he screamed a bit, and then as soon as he pushed the syringe air in, like he just pushed it, and then the Lego bloop, came back out, and it was the tiniest little freaking Lego, tiniest little thing. And then and then my son, the first thing he says is, I could smell again. I could smell again. And I was just like, you freaking, Overall, from beginning to end, it was like the ordeal lasted like an hour from the time he shoved it up his nose to the time we walked out of the hospital. Roughly an hour. But dang it, do I hate the stupid Legos. Like, I hate them. I've never liked the tiny ones. Like the little, I mean, they're expensive. But, you know, my husband, he's huge on going out to the marketplace on Facebook, and he just starts buying things. And especially because he gets them really cheap. And so he bought this case, probably like this big. I want to say like this big, and like this wide, and like this. And it has 3 compartments full of Legos. I think that whatever he got everything for like $25. But there was like hundreds of dollars worth of Legos in those compartments. And then like some little bags on the side. And then he like put them all in like sections of, whatever shape. So one's to build this kind of stuff and the other ones. And I mean, have you ever stepped on a damn Lego? Stepping on a Lego, you want to curse the world, because they're randomly on the floor, and you always tell the boy, pick up your damn Legos, pick them up, and they always miss one, they miss it, and you're walking, and okay, in my house, we don't wear shoes, we wear socks, and the only reason why we wear shoes is because we're gonna step out, and that's it. As soon as you come home, take off your shoes and go about your day. So we don't have any shoes on. We randomly step on them. I randomly step on them. And it's such a pain in the ass. And then I have to go and be like, why didn't you pick up all your Legos? And he'll be like, yeah, I did. I'm like, well, you missed one. And that's fucking annoying. Other reason why I hate them, is because I have a little toddler who is like a damn vacuum. And whatever falls from anywhere, she will find it. She will eat it. This little creature, goodness sake, she cannot see a thing. I mean, thankfully, she's never shoved everything up her nose. I hope and pray that she doesn't. But she will put Legos in her mouth. Like, there was this time that I didn't realize she had a Lego in her mouth, and I was changing her diaper. And she had poop. And so as soon as I started to change her, and she starts to gag and choke. And I'm like, what the hell? And she's like, and I was like, what's going on? And so then I like flip her, and I mean, she still has a diaper with poop on her butt. And I'm like whacking her. I like, whoop. It hit her back. You know, they always tell you, hit their back. And then out came the fucking Lego. And I was, when did she even put that shit in her mouth? Like, I didn't even know. I did not know. I was changing her. I just got her and I laid her down, not knowing that she had a damn piece of Lego in her mouth. Yes. Frick the shit out of me. I was like, oh, Jesus, like, she could have choked to death off a stupid Lego. So, yes, I hate them. I really, really hate them. But it's a children's staple, right? And at the end of the day, I know Daddy's still gonna buy those Legos, or he's gonna find pieces for the Legos. But now my son is very, aware. Now the I didn't even mention. So we're leaving the hospital, and then the nurse comes, and she's like, you know what, buddy? Because, talking to my son, since you were very brave, we're gonna give you something from the bravery box. Okay, and you tell me which one you want. She brings 2 sets of Lego Mans. Lego Mans! I mean, we just came in here because he had some fucking Lego up his nose, and you're gonna give him Lego Mans. Girl. He's like... I couldn't. I fucking couldn't. What the fuck would you give him that? Why? I don't know. But anyway, he chose 2 little Lego Mans, and he told him, what are we not gonna do? And he was like, I am not gonna put Legos in my nose, or in my ears, or in my mouth, or in my hair. So it was a life lesson for him. I hope he remembers this now. And we tell him, this is why we don't leave Legos on the floor. This is why we don't put Legos up your nose. And if this happened to you, it could happen to your sister. So please, please be careful what you're doing. And advice for all parents out there, or people who have kids who have Legos, be aware that this could happen to you. And when it does, not if or when, they'll get through it. It's just a pain in the ass. Alright guys, this has been a day with Jess. Hope you enjoyed my little rant and of how much I hate Legos. Stay tuned for the rest of this week. I might upload another video. Yes, I am going to do another video. That's the one I talked to you guys about last week. About 5 minutes to yourself. It's very important. I want to get to that video. So I will film that sometime this week. Alright guys. Hope you enjoy the rest of your week. Bye-bye.